Uh, in this session, we will discuss the features of Python. Features of Python. So, what will be the features? As we discussed in the previous session, Python is an open source. Python is an open source. It means Python software we can able to download from the website. We can able to use it. We can share it to our friends or neighbors without paying any amount for it. That is nothing but open source. Python is publicly available software. Anyone can use the source code that does not cost anything. We no need to pay any amount for this. And the next feature what we have here is easy to learn. When compared to other languages, Python is very easy to learn. Its syntax is very easy, and here we doesn't require to declare the type of variable before going to be assign a value to it. Automatic memory management will be there. We'll be having syntaxes, general English like statements as what we discussed in the previous session, and we'll be getting shorter code when compared to other language codes like C, C++, and Java. See, this is a scripting language. Syntax is very clear and easy. Clear and easy syntax. No type declaration. No type declaration. What is meant by no type declaration? In C or C++ or Java, to declare a variable, to declare a variable, we need to follow this syntax. Data type, variable name. Example, int a. So this is the syntax we need to declare. But in Python, we doesn't require to declare the variable with the data type. Automatically, whatever it may be the value we are assigning to a variable, it will be considered this is the data type. Suppose if we are declaring the integer value or if we are assigning an integer value to a variable, automatically this particular variable will be becomes as integer. And immediately if you are assigning any string variable or string value to it, automatically that variable will becomes as a string variable. That we will discuss going forward in the coming sessions. This is one of the feature in Python, and it will be easy for us to learn. And next, it is a high level language. As we discussed in the previous session, high level language will be having general English like statements, general English like statements, and we can able to convert from one data type to, sorry, uh, the high level language instructions into machine level language with the help of interpreter in Python. That is one of the feature we have. Next, portable. High level languages are portable, which means they are able to run across all major hardware and as well as software platforms with a few or no change in the source code. Suppose I have written the code in Windows environment The same copy of code I can able to execute in another environment like Linux or Mac with small changes or without changing anything. I can able to execute it. Python is portable and can be used in different environments like Linux, Windows, Macintosh, and all the ways. That is nothing but portable. And when we are coming to the next feature, object oriented, Python is a full object oriented programming language, we can say, where we have discussed in the previous session. In Python, or whatever may be the language, if it is satisfying all the concepts of object oriented programming, then that particular language will be considered as object oriented programming language. So it has to be satisfy the concepts like classes, objects, data abstraction, data encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance, objects, everything. So then it is object oriented. And we can say Python is an interpreted. Python programs are interpreted. Take source code as an input, then it will interpret each statement and execute it immediately. As we discussed in the previous session about the compiler and interpreter, for Python, we'll be using interpreter. It is going to be take only one statement at a time, and it is going to be converted into machine level language. It is going to be converted into machine level language. And libraries. Python is very rich in its libraries. For databases, we'll be having the specific libraries. For data analysis, we'll be having the specific libraries. For web services, we'll be having specific libraries. Like many libraries are available in Python. Because of that only, it is going to be make the code shorter. For databases, we'll be having libraries. Web services, networking, numerical packages are there. Graphical user interface. For that, we'll be having Tinker. And others, etc. And one more feature about the Python is interactive. Python is interactive. See, Python has an interactive console. When you get a Python prompt, that is Python command prompt, which will be given with a symbol like this. This will be considered as Python command line or Python command prompt, which will be interact with the interpreter directly to write and test your program. And also it will be useful for mathematical programming. Immediately after writing the code, it is going to be display the result in the next line. No need to save and no need to execute it. So immediately it is going to give the result. I'll show you that practically how it is going to be works. Interactive. So this is a basic Python. Ideally, as we discussed, Python has an interactive console where you get a Python command prompt. The Python command prompt innocence that we can say is a 3 greater than symbol. So now if you see here, this is a Python command prompt, and if you are giving the instruction now, it is going to be give the result immediately. So 4 plus 6, it is going to give the result immediately as 10. This is an interactive mode. Whatever may be the command we are giving, after writing the command, if we give enter button or if we hit enter, immediately we are going to be get the result. That is nothing but interactive mode. So next topic we'll see, that is difference between Python 2 and Python 3. Difference between Python 2 and Python 3. Python 2 and Python 3. The first one we will discuss. First difference, integer division. Integer division. First difference. See, if it is in Python 2, if we perform the division on two integers, then the output will be an integer 2. If we are dividing two integers, we'll be getting the output as integer only. But in Python 3, we'll be getting the accurate result even it is a floating point 2. If it is decimal value, it is going to be give the decimal value. So accurate result we are going to be get in Python 3 for the division. To get the nearest integer as a result, like Python 2, in Python 3 will be having the floor division. The floor division is going to be written an integer result. We'll see in Python 2, if we perform division of two integers, then the output will be integer. But in Python 3, how this is going to be work, will be getting the accurate result. Output will be accurate. So the result will be float 2. Float in essence decimal number. Integer in essence either positive or negative number without having any decimal or fraction. Here still want the result in integer, we can use floor division. This is not float, it is floor division. So we'll be having the symbol 2 slash. This will be floor division. So it will use integer result. So I'll show you the example for this. In Python 2, if I am giving print 9 divided by 2, so Usually in Python 3, if we want to print anything with a print statement, we have to represent the content in brackets. But in Python 3, it is not required to give like that. So it is going to give 4. Actually, 9 divided by 2 will be getting 4.5. So it is going to give the integer value only. But in Python 3, so again about this division operators and all, we will discuss in the operators concepts. There we will discuss in depth. Now see here, print 9 divided by 2. This is in Python 3, it is going to give the accurate result 4.5. To get the nearest integer value, even in Python 3 will be considered as floor division. That is, see, print 9 floor division 2, it is going to give as 4. 9 floor division 2 will be getting as 4. This is the difference what we have with the integer division. And next difference, we are going to be discuss about the print function. Print function. So if it is a Python 2, we are not going to be write the parenthesis after the print. Parentheses are not compulsory to use. We can print anything without using parentheses. But in Python 3, it is compulsory to use parentheses, otherwise it will raise error. So that we will see. Now see in Python 2, in Python 2, print, see, I'm not going to be write in parentheses. Hello world, if I'm giving, immediately we'll be getting the result as hello world. Sorry. In Python 3, we are going to be write print within the brackets, or otherwise here it is going to give the error. If you are not representing in the brackets here, if we are not representing the brackets here, it is going to give the error. But here we no need to represent the brackets. Here we no need to represent the brackets. Now the next feature we have, that is the difference in between Python 2 and Python 3. Input method, which is used for accepting the input dynamically from the user. At the execution time, if we want to accept the input from the user, we are going to be use input method, and by default it is going to be considered the value as string. In Python 2, two methods we have, that is input and as well as raw_input methods. We'll discuss on that. In Python 2, we have two methods. One is input and the other one is raw input. These two are the methods for accepting the input. The difference between raw input and input is raw input returns a string, and input tries to run the input as a Python expression. Tries to run the input as Python expression. But in Python 3, there is no raw input. We'll be having only input. In Python 3, there is no raw underscore input method. It is replaced by input method. Example, in Python 2, S is a variable. With the help of raw input, enter something I'm going to be displayed. So this something will be displayed to the user, or it will prompt to the user to enter something, enter a number, like any prompting message which will be understandable by the user to enter some value we are going to give within the brackets. So the same thing in Python 3, how we are going to give? With the help of input only directly. Like this. Any doubt in this?
Mhm.
Next concept, we will discuss Python syntax, how it will be. Python syntax or the Python statement can be executed by writing directly in the command line. Python syntax. Directly when we are writing, it is going to be execute in the command line. See, now this is a Python command prompt. Print statement, what we have in it, it is going to be display for us. Either we have written in the single quotations or double quotations any content, it is going to be display as it is, and immediately by default the control will goes to the new line. So just I have written hello world in single quotations, and it is going to be display the result as hello world. It is going to be display the result as hello world, and by default the control will enters into the new line. If we are representing any content in double quotations also, it is going to be display as it is, and the control will goes to the new line. So here it is going to be display hello world. Just if I am giving the variable value as 10, the variable a I have given the value as 10. If I want to print that particular content, so by default print a we are going to give. If we are giving this a in single quotations or double quotations, we are going to be get the a as output. But here our intention is to display what is the value we have within the variable a. What is the value we have within the variable a? So because of that only, we didn't provided that content in the syntax, or that is in single quotations. Now see here, the same thing, it is going to be display print a in single quotations. If we are representing, so it is going to be give the output as a only. But here we want the value what we have in a. So that is for a we have assigned the value as 10. That value we want to display. So because of that, print a we have given, it is going to be display as 10. This concept we'll see practically how this is going to be works. So this I'll show you in the basic IDLE itself, and going forward, the concepts what we are discussing, we will do in Jupyter Notebook and Spider, which will be the IDEs of Python. Even this is also IDE, but this is a basic IDLE. See, print in single quotations, if I'm writing hello world, it is going to be display as it is. And in double quotations also, whatever the content we have, hello, welcome, it is going to be display. But we are not supposed to write one in single quotation. I mean, starting with single quotations and ending with double quotations, we are not supposed to write. If we are starting with single quotations, we have to end with the single quotations. Or if we are starting with the double quotations, we have to end with double quotations only. So if I'm giving like hello, this also it is not going to be considered. A value I've given as 10. If I'm printing the A value, it is going to give as 10. What the content we have in that particular variable A, it is going to be displayed if you are not representing that in the quotations. Okay, this is the basic how the print statement is going to be work. In the next session, we will discuss how we have to give the indentation in Python for representing the block of statements, comments, and we will discuss the variable declaration and how we are going to be initialize the values to a variable in Python. Thank you.